Well, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I'm Mark, and welcome to today's thought for the day, where I'm going to share with you a little Easter story from Bob Hartman's Rhyming Bible. Let's begin. Well, when someone you love dies, you hurt deep inside. You miss them so much that you just want to cry. When Jesus died, his friends all hurt too. Peter and John and the rest of the crew, well, they were gutted and they didn't know what to do. They were sighing, goodbying and crying. Well, day one passed and then day two. And on the third day, Mary went early to visit the grave. She went with some friends bearing spice and perfume to anoint the dead body that lay in the tomb. Now the day hadn't dawned, so they walked through the gloom, sighing, goodbying and crying. But when they arrived, they were filled with dismay, for the tomb had been opened, the stone rolled away. So they went and told Peter, they went and told John that someone's stolen the body. Jesus has gone. They've taken him somewhere, but we don't know what they've done. So there was more sighing, goodbying and crying. So Peter ran off, but John, with a burst, sped right past his friend and he reached the tomb first. But he dared not to enter. He just stuck his head in where there were only burial clothes where Jesus' body had been. What's happened? He wondered, his head in a spin, sighing, goodbying and crying. Well, then Peter arrived, but without delay, he walked into the tomb where Jesus lay. Well, there were just neatly stacked sheets and the cloth from his head. Had Jesus just woken up and made his bed, or was it possible? Could it be that Jesus was no longer dead? No more sighing, goodbying or crying. Well, Peter and John went home all amazed, but Mary remained and was suddenly dazed when two angels appeared, shining bright in the grave at the foot of the head of where Jesus once lay. Where did they take him? Was all she could say. Sighing, goodbying and crying. But before they could answer, she heard a voice speak. Why are you weeping? Whom do you seek? It's the gardener, thought Mary, and quickly replied, I'm looking for Jesus. You know, Jesus who died. If you've taken the body, please tell me where it lies. She was sighing, goodbying and crying. Mary, he said. And what a surprise. Whom she thought was the gardener, was Jesus alive. Teacher, she gasped. But he told her to go. Tell all of my friends, they really must know that I'm no longer dead. I have risen, and so. No more sighing, no more goodbying, no more crying. No more sighing, no more goodbying, and no more crying.